Welcome, everybody, to episode 36 of the Rap Cave podcast. The pod don't lie. That's going to be the name of the episode. I know you usually choose the names, Chris, but this is going to be the name. But I am Chris Platte with a few of my co-hosts, a few of my friends. Man, the Balkan boys, man.
They're back overseas fighting a good fight.
They learned how to become a man.
Let's just
should have turned a boy into the man.
Let's just not tippy-toe around this. Them motherfuckers got deported. It's over for them. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Visas expired.
This mic is open. This mic, I'm leaving in the shot. This mic is open.
We're taking applications. Yeah. You just have to be okay with not getting paid.
Yeah. No, as long as you're cool with not getting paid, yeah, hop on the mic. But no, Potty's not with us this week. He's feeling under the weather, and other people are sick too. But I guess Americans handle sickness different because we're here.
Yeah, them Bosnian boys, weak body built. They need to get their motherfucking immune systems up.
To be fair,
niggas can't breathe.
The swine flu, bro.
Niggas can't breathe that American air.
To be fair, I've been walking around like a zombie all week. I've been sick as fuck all week. I finally feel better. Here. But I also live here, so I don't gotta go nowhere.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna say that.
I don't gotta go nowhere to get here.
That's true though. But yeah, no. Shout out to Potty. Look, man, there's a lot of funny things. We didn't talk about it last week. Cardi B, 8 months pregnant, getting knocked down by an NFL player. Crazy. You got rumors that Kanye is heading for divorce with his wife and that he's gonna live in Tokyo. You got
Tokyo.
Yeah, you got comedian Dion Cole talking about he dated Shaq's ex-girlfriend and he was traumatized by that experience.
Hey, man.
And then you got, let's start with this. Before we get to all that funny shit. Because it's just us three. And us three did something last weekend, which is the Anderon Paak show. Travis Scott did a one-night only Utopia experience. We, last weekend, did a Anderon Paak Malibu experience. Now...
Dog, he kept... Birdie wanted to leave so bad.
Did he really?
Dog. This bro, it just made me, because he bowed the first time. I'm like, all right.
He gets on stage.
I kind of expect to really dip right after that first bow. I'm like, all right, he might pop back up, whatever type shit. A good performer do that type shit. Cool. Came back. Got a few tunes in type shit. He bows for the second time. Detroit, I love you. Until next time.
Birdie like, all right, bet.
All right, cool. Then what's this group called?
The Free Nationals.
Free Nationals. They're nice.
Free Nationals.
They're nice. Especially dude with the auto-tune, what's that shit called?
You like that?
The little voice box. When we were talking about it, he was like...
That was the one thing I didn't like.
Birdie was like, I never thought that shit was that sweet, but he was killing that shit.
Yeah, no, he was killing that shit.
See, I didn't like it.
But yeah, he did his thing.
He was playing it well. You can't deny that.
It started to feel like it was settling down, like we about to get the fuck out of here, and then this nigga pops up for a third time. That's like, he did that like 15 minutes apiece.
Yeah, because when he came back, it wasn't like one song.
It wasn't one song.
And then he finally gets to go and shit. The lights cut down, all that shit. We start making our way out. He come back out.
Yeah.
Bro, he was on stage.
Listen, my back on fire.
Bro.
No Meek Millie. You hear me?
Hey, yo. No
back was on fire. Standing up. Well, we standing up for a minute. I was mad as hell they ain't had no popcorn there. That shit.
That irritated me too.
That shit ain't make no sense. I ain't gonna have no popcorn at the show.
He said, I didn't want to be here in the first place. Now they ain't got no popcorn. Yeah. How much worse can this day
get?
The
Oreo ice cream was banging though.
Yeah,
I just think
was it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Because I feel like when you're expecting popcorn, you choose ice cream. Even if you fuck with ice cream, you're disappointed.
I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my fucking transactions and shit. I'm thinking I got scammed. It said Michigan Lottery.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I gotta report this.
That's not me. That's not me.
Dog, that's so funny.
Reply cancel.
That reminds me, on my 21st birthday, I remember I had all my everybody was at my apartment in Detroit. We were about to go out and shit and everything. And I checked my bank account and I see all these charges from San Francisco. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm tripping. I mean, like, charge after charge after charge. I'm tripping. I call my mom. Da-da-da, someone hacked my car. I'm pissed off, right? All this shit. This is like a fucking half-hour ordeal. I come to realize it was all Uber. Because Uber says San Francisco on the transaction.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, my God. I was like, yeah, I called these Ubers. Like, whole time, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah, it'd be fucking you up sometimes if it's not named correctly.
No, man. Honestly, Anderon Paak, bro, the fact that you had not one silk suit, but two.
Yeah, he did.
And probably
a
third just in case.
He switched from the blue suit to the red suit. They were the exact same suit.
I think it was the opposite. Switched from the red suit to the blue suit.
Or whatever, whichever one it was, yeah. But they were the exact same suit. He came with two of them.
No, the jacket was hard as hell.
Bro, nah, he's a performer for real.
He's a great performer. And he did the whole thing with the story about his mom taking him to buy his first pair of J's and shit.
Yeah, that was
bro, that was like stand-up comedian level of good. Like the way he actually like delivered that.
Yeah, he was like, and my mama said,
yeah,
you out your goddamn mind.
Yeah. No, he killed it, man. Honestly, look, y'all know how I feel. I've been to several concerts. That honestly is up there for me for the best concert experience I've ever had in my life because he has that natural charisma. Like, bro is always smiling. And I get it. If I had those teeth, I'd always be smiling too. That motherfucker got them big ass pearly white teeth. I'd be smiling too all the time. But he killed it, man. He's so like you said it best when we were talking. You're like, bro, he's meant to perform.
Yeah, he's a natural born performer.
Like if you were ever to like every time this guy is born, he's gonna be a performer.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you rebirth this man 10 times out of 10, he's gonna find some way to be a performer because he just got that.
What was just really impressive to me, like there was not a single note missed the entire fucking show. It was all fucking absolutely. It was flawless.
And I like what he did about having so he had features on the album. And so, like, he would either, like, the BJ Chicago Kid part, he sang his part. And then, like, other people, like, the rappers and shit, like Rhapsody, Game, all the people that Q, like, he would just do, like, smooth-ass breakdowns. He would let the Free Nationals cook.
Uh-huh.
And
there was one that one of the Free Nationals jumped on the mic for it. I can't remember which one. It was the one with Corday.
Yeah.
The back and forth.
Oh, yeah. That was after, Malibu,
I for Nothing on Me. Is that the name of the song? I can't remember what it's called right now.
RMP.
RMP, yeah. So, he had one of the guys from the Free Nationals. And then the only verse that he actually played over the speakers, which is the song that he officially closed with, was Dang with Mac Miller. And he had Mac Miller's verse over the speakers.
That was fire, man. And, like... I'll say, Free Nationals also killed it. I love that he gave them their shine. I love that he did Malibu. So to connect it all, like, full circle, Travis Scott did Utopia One Night Only at MetLife. It was a big deal. Yeah. A lot of people were there.
I think he brought out, Future and Playboy Cardi?
Before we get off that subject, big shout out to Good as Women Deserve. They was pretty fire, too.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing them up. Good Ass Women Deserve.
Oh, is that what that stands for?
Yeah, God.
God? Okay. Yeah. All right, I see. I didn't know what it stood for, but they're dope as fuck. They're literally like the female version of him. Like, honestly.
Yeah, no, he definitely.
That one girl with the dark hair.
Stop.
Yeah, me and Birdie was doing our research at the beginning there while they were opening.
No, they're very talented.
Homework.
They're very talented.
Taking notes.
Agree? You would agree? Very talented.
Yeah, no. And they had some fire music too. They had some fire performances there.
No, for real. Yeah, no, they were super. And
I wasn't listening, but they're very talented.
Very talented. What Birdie pointed out though is that he ended up bringing them out as his backup singers too.
Yeah.
So they were on stage all fucking night.
Yeah.
Like,
he is.
He just got divorced. I mean.
Yeah. Who are we to judge? Hey man, do you? But no, I say all that to say. So, we obviously talked about this earlier. We had this as a segment. I just want to kind of reapproach this. So, like, Chris and I were like, the whole reason we did the Malibu experience is because this is one of both of our favorite albums, like, ever. Like, it's in our top, for me, it's in my top 5. I don't know where you would put it, but it's very high. It's very high in the, We're podding.
I didn't even mean to click on that.
We're podding. It's all right, bro. That was crazy.
Hey,
you talking about a checkout?
yeah, we doing something real quick.
Yeah,
but-
lock it.
It's all good.
No, I'm fucking with you. Is there any? I really got just extended to you because shout out to you for coming because this was our experience that we were like, yeah, the whole pod should be there. And the Balkan boys, again, they got deported, they couldn't make it, but you pulled up,
And you
What's
genuinely like you're not really a fan of him like or anything.
Yeah.
So
but you gave it a fair chance. So I'm a set the floor to you. What's the album like? If this artist said I'm performing this album front to back, be there. Like, what is it? And like, give another answer besides Jay-Z.
Because the black owl was about to be the first thing that flew out my mouth.
hey, but bro, we had to get our tickets before they even went on sale, bro. That shit would sell out.
Oh.
Bro, when
I'll
he
literally
performed
pay that shit
Encore-
off on layaway, literally.
When he performed Encore, when me and Chris saw him for the 444 tour.
Damn, I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
really.
bro. He goes. I got a billion of these.
Yeah, no, that I didn't know what he said it for, but that was because he kept performing hit after hit, and that's my favorite line that I took away from that. He goes, I got a billion of these.
And then he played another one that was a fucking absolute banger. I was like, you're right. You do got a billion.
You do got a billion of these.
But yeah.
Yeah, I gotta see Jay-Z live one day. Hopefully, things settle down with
We'll do it
everything
next.
that's going on.
Yeah, we had really
And go on tour or something.
we
one
had
more time.
pretty shitty seats at Little Caesars,
But
but
it was still a hell of an experience.
and they weren't that expensive either, even though they were shittier seats, but it like
Wow.
because we were like pretty fucking high up there, nosebleeds. But they weren't. I don't remember them being that much. I can't imagine if they were that much at that
No,
time
they weren't.
in our lives that we would have
But
gone
now,
because it would have been too
concerts are
expensive.
so expensive.
Yeah, it's gone up over years too.
COVID, they're trying to get their lick back.
Bro, Jay-Z's stage presence is
Unreal.
retarded. But there's literally
It's unreal.
And it's
Right.
It's
No,
crazy.
because I said that about so a couple months before that, me and him both saw Kendrick for Damn, and those are two very different like performers. Like Kendrick's very like electric, like he was fighting ninjas, he was doing all this fucking crazy shit.
There's a lot
And
of
then
theat-
Jay-Z's
there's a
just
lot of
bouncing.
yeah,
Jay-Z's just bouncing, and it's like, bro, both performers were equally as good because like Jay-Z, the way he bounces, the way he talks,
Yeah,
it's just like
like,
it's the coolest shit ever.
yeah,
you
'cause
just look at that dude, you're just like, that's the coolest person that ever
Bro.
existed.
Kendrick had all these like theatrics going on, bringing people out.
Yeah.
He brought J. Cole out.
Yeah.
All this shit, and Jay-Z was it was just him,
Just
on
him
the whole
bouncing.
stage. And he had one of them like center of the arena stages, you know. So the whole it was like
Everybody could see him.
all the way around, and
Yeah, bro was
and it
just
was just
walking.
him, and he held the crowd the whole time. Like
Yeah.
he didn't have no extras, nothing going on, nothing like that.
that's
You
why
know,
he the GOAT. That's why he go. But you ever seen that video that I sent in the group chat of him performing the Jim Jones Ballin' remix?
I don't think I've seen that.
no,
Bro.
no,
The aura.
I know the
is
song, but
Crazy.
yeah, he's
The aura is crazy, man. I wish we could just pull it up on the screen. I want to show you.
So, other than
I'm about to show you.
We're getting there. Studio's
like
coming together.
other than like every J album, or at least 5 of them.
Look at it. Look at it real quick. Look at that stage presence. Look at the aura. Look how you look in the crowd. That's
Dog.
aura right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's aura right there.
Bro.
That's
and when he came out with the guitar, bro, that shit was when he was trolling. What was that band's name? He was trolling that band where he came out with the guitar. He started playing because they were saying like it was summer. It was Summer Jam, I think.
I have to see it.
Anyways, I'm forgetting it. It's classic. But anything else, performing wise?
Cardi self-titled.
Is that the one with Magnolia?
Yep.
Okay.
That'd be
Yeah.
lit.
Is that your favorite Cardi album? Because I think Die Lit
It'd be
is
that-
regarded as
it'd be that.
generally his like by most fans. That's regarded as his best. You think so?
I ain't never heard that.
Really?
Hell no.
Oh,
For real?
that's
people
what
be
I've
saying?
heard. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Cause I'll say Whole Lot of Red or self-titled would be it would be between those two. But Whole Lot of Red
would be a
is
second. Yeah.
Whole lot of red, way better than Dialect. Do It for D-Man by Side Baby. I had some in my notes. Probably half of Drake discography.
Yeah.
Born Sinner. And
Yo, you a sick
Love
motherfucker
Me
if
Now.
you're going to For All the Dogs one night only. If you're going to that, bro.
No, all I need is Thank Me Later, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Scorpion, and If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. That's pretty much half.
That was half.
You gotta see.
That was half.
You gotta see Ratchet Happy Birthday live, don't you?
No, we ain't got to get to that portion.
Well, that's what it is. It's
The first half.
it's
Well,
an album
actually, if we
front
do
to
get
back.
to that portion, it's gonna be a bunch of bad bitches in there. It ain't no Kendrick show, so all the thotties gonna come out, G stringed up. What I'm saying?
It ain't all bitches with hairy armpits and shit.
Nah. No shea butter, none of that.
No, but yeah, I mean, because I was thinking
sick how you got that.
definitely for me, it would be Long Live ASAP. I could just live without WoW for the night. 2014.
I wasn't that album or mixtape.
The mixtape too, but no. So
I keep getting them confused.
Everyone does. Live Love ASAP was the mixtape.
Okay.
That's like fucking bass, peso, fucking demons,
I can
all
go
that
see
shit.
that.
I could do that, but Long Live ASAP was the one for me that was like Goldie level, fucking Problems, all that shit. So I could do that.
I was never dyslexic until ASAP Rocky started releasing music.
Yeah, he really. I wonder if he's. I've never seen like in interviews if he's ever addressed that of how much it actually confuses people.
Yeah.
Because you have
should.
Long Live. You had Live Love, Long Live,
At Long
and
Last.
At Long Last. That's a lot.
Yeah, fuck that. Live, love. Like that's how I view ASAP Rocky's catalog. I view it by covers.
Yeah, that's what I think most people go by the cover. That's how they can tell which one they're about to listen to.
Nah, man.
What else you thinking?
No.
No, Call Me If You Get Lost. Gotta be in there.
I kind of already, but I saw.
You already went.
I saw him on the Call Me If You Get Lost tour.
Oh, okay.
So even though it wasn't like front to back, like he performed most of the album, So I can kind of vouch for that already.
Man, that shit is
That's
so
how I felt
sweet
about
to be,
Mr. Morale tour.
That
Like,
shit is so sweet to be able to go to the concert, the tour, your favorite albums.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because
still
like, and when like a lot of the time, like when they're going on tour for these albums, you don't like know it's gonna be one of your favorite albums at the time, So then when you look back on it, it's like, damn. I mean, dude, Tyler's another like natural born performer. Like, he had that fucking he had a boat in the middle of the arena on tracks, and in the middle of the show, he jumped on the boat, and it took him across the arena to a different stage. Like, that's so fucking crazy, bro.
I know we're a rap podcast, but I would go SZA Control. I would.
Oh,
Bro, I'm sick. I was supposed to go to the Afterlife tour. Canceled 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
I'm too hurt.
Well, maybe
But
you can go to a lifestyle tour.
Definitely like a few of Yeast albums. My bad.
That's what I thought you were
2014
gonna say.
Forest Hills Drive for me would be one. Good Kid, Mad City, obviously.
Yeah, Good Kid would be crazy. I think there's gonna be something revolving Good Kid, whether it's a movie, a doc, whatever.
I
There's
think
gonna be
this
something.
has become a newer like there's bands that have done it before, like in the past, like in rock and roll and shit, that have done like really popular album front to back type of thing in concert after it came out.
Way after. Yeah.
Like a good example is Pink Floyd did a whole tour of Dark Side of the Moon, which is like one of their biggest albums.
No, and my favorite album to been Butterfly, like that. Like he only did like 5 cities for that tour. Like it was
he didn't really tour.
Yeah, he didn't tour that shit at all. Like so, he's got something planned in the tuck, just like with Good Kid. So, yeah.
Well, next year is 10 years, so never know.
Could. I mean, he's doing his stadium tour next year. We'll get to that, but.
Yeah, no. I mean, other than that, I feel like it'd just be because there's a lot of albums that I love front to back, but it's like, do I really need? Is it that important to me to see it live?
To see it live.
Like Isaiah Rashad, The Sun's Tirade. Like but like, is it that important to me to see it live? Like I love that album. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. It's like you got to kind of consider the performance value of it too when you think about it. Like, and then there's like bands and shit. Like, if I could see a full Led Zeppelin album front to back, that'd be great. But they're all dead, pretty much. Half of them are dead. So
That's true.
like, and the other half are like 90 years old. So you can't really not getting that in my lifetime. But
Can't forget about V's Ganger.
The whole album, front to back.
The whole album, front to back. Oh yeah, and Babyface Ray's Summer's Mine. The whole album, front to back. Fire.
What's the fire albums? It's just for me to like when I'm
Fire.
thinking of performances, like I'm not thinking of those.
Yeah, because that's kind of how I gauge like concerts too. Is like it's not just off of if I like the music or not. It's like the performance value matters to me too. Of like
Yeah.
how well I think they're actually going to perform the album.
Well, V's is a great performer.
Yeah.
I don't know about Babyface Ray. He kind of too mellow.
Yeah, Babyface Ray is he's definitely very monotone. He doesn't really like fluctuate
You know
his
what's
voice
crazy?
a lot. Like,
Is none of us mentioned any Kanye albums?
oh yeah, I mean,
I had that.
well, pretty much the
I
whole
had that
thing.
in my fucking notes.
Oh, yeah.
But anything from the life of Pablo.
Half of his
before.
discography, I think I can pretty much go to a concert.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, a graduation front
late
to back.
registration,
You know what that would
college dropout, graduation,
I'm sure, like,
Yeezus, 808s, Heartbreaks.
do? Yeah, 808s,
if Kanye doesn't continue to
Donda.
do what he's doing
Spiral.
nowadays, I could see like a trilogy tour. You know,
That'd be hard.
like a mix of college dropout, late registration, and graduation.
Yeah,
Because I don't think he'd be able to pick one to do.
yeah. Because if you do one, everybody else would be like, "Oh, you gotta do another."
Yeah.
Honestly, he could he could stop making like I know he's working on his album Bully or whatever it's called, but he could honestly just stop making music right now, do a college dropout tour, do a late registration, graduate. Like he could be fine forever, dog. Like off of that catalog. The only other thing I had in here before we get to the other topics was, I don't know, Chris. I feel like maybe you have something to kind of like elaborate on. If you don't, we can just skip over this. But it did make waves. The KSI crash out.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Did
I've
you
seen
see
what's
that?
going on with that. So, do you know who KSI is? He's like that. Yeah, he's a streamer. He makes music. He's like friends with Logan Paul and shit. He made this fucking song with Trippie Redd. And everybody fucking hates it collectively. Like, all his boys, like, shitted on it and shit. Aiden Ross was like, bro, KSI was on his, I saw a clip, KSI was on his stream.
Yeah, shit. No.
And he was like, bro, I'm sorry, this is not it. And then he just logged off. Like, he is crashing out hard about this song. But I'm sorry, it's just the most generic pop-ass dumb fucking, there's nothing about it
See,
that's like.
here's the thing. I don't expect Aiden Ross to like critique general pop. Like I expect general pop music to work on Aiden Ross. So
That's what I mean. That's
so
exactly,
where my brain goes, this is conspiracy. This is marketing. This is how he's marketing it as like the ultimate flop. Because to be honest with you, KSI, I know who he is. All of that.
Yeah, I've never watched his.
But
like,
guess what? Guess what I did this week? I checked for his fucking music. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's marketing.
He's like been a YouTuber for years,
forever.
And he's like I said, he's like tight with like Logan Paul. That's like where it like came. I think KSI is part of the
consume
whole.
It.
Yeah, I don't consume that type of shit. But like my Twitter feed, it just pops up every once, depending on what's going on.
But that's what marketing is like getting those people that are either not familiar with you at all or semi-familiar with you to like get involved. And guess what I did? I listened to a song this week and I agree. Nothing crazy. But like it's not also like this tour of like it's not worth this like whole tour of like everybody saying it's the worst song ever. Like I hear a lot of songs worse than that. That song's not good, but I don't hear
I've heard worse, but I'm not listening to that.
Yeah, exactly. So like to me it comes into marketing, you know? I feel like that's
I'm sure. And that's like cuz a person like that is beyond the realm of like, oh, this person is making music for the sake of making music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not this like passion to him like it is to like an actual artist. Like, I guess. I mean,
yeah, because he's doing the YouTube, he's doing other things.
Yeah, and that's always been like the kind of thing. I mean, I hate to like put it in the sense of like, oh, if you start on YouTube, then by making music, it kind of that always becomes attached to you. But it's like,
it does.
Why weren't you making music before?
Mm-hmm.
If that was your thing, that you
Wow.
always wanted to, or whatever, you know, like, because making music is a lot easier than doing, well, I don't want to say easier, but it's a lot more accessible than making full-fledged fucking YouTube productions, you know what I mean?
Well, I agree. All right, we got, yeah, Kobe's being retired right now. Shout out to Kobe. We got a beef update, boys. The one topic
Oh, boy.
the one topic we never get sick of.
And we never talk about it,
Well,
honestly. I can't wait to talk
yes.
about it again because we never talk about it.
And we got updates on every single side of this. Like, believe it or not. So we got Cole dropping his track, Poor Antonio. We got Drake unfollowing a bunch of people, giving a speech about no friends in the industry. The Fish Fly cover magazine. The charting thing that everybody pointed out. This is the first time in 2 years he hasn't over 2 years that not a single song is on the charts for Drake on the Billboard charts.
Yeah,
He
that's
has
a crazy statistic.
He has
actually.
a Solange pick, which people obviously have their kind of things, and then Rod Wave saying Drake is a Tom Brady of music and he's never retiring, even though Drake, you know, on Views, one of my favorite Drake albums, is literally taking shots at Hov for being like old and rapping. So like you have all of that with Drake going on, all these little things. Then you have Kendrick radio silent, but the one thing we hear two things this week. We hear Devin Malik saying Kendrick album on the way, which he's a TDE artist.
Yeah,
but like,
I saw him.
But also like you're not gonna like he's not gonna have the inside scoop. I'm sorry, he's just not.
Yeah,
so I don't give a fuck about that.
Really, Q was the one who brought him into the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because Q, like...
Well, like, TDE, it's PG Lang, it's all family, so...
Yeah, no, it's all connected, but, like, you know, he wasn't, like... It's not like it was how Keem is to Kendrick, how, like... Yeah. You know, Kendrick kind of brought Keem into the whole thing. Like, Devin Malik is kind of Q's guy that, like, he brought in and is, like, kind of putting on in a sense.
So then you have that, and then you have Kendrick. The rumor is that he's doing a stadium tour following the Super Bowl, and no rapper has done a stadium tour. So there's all of those things. I'll throw it to my distinguished panel.
Wait, what do you mean no rapper has done a stadium? What are you? What?
No rapper has.
Drake has.
Drake,
every tour he does is a stadium tour.
No, it's not stadium. Know if it's a stadium. He's done like Little Caesars Arena.
Oh, okay, not arena. Yeah, stadium. Okay.
Yeah. Like
wait. No, did Eminem not do it? Because
no, Eminem hasn't done like a tour. He's been at stadiums.
Okay. No, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. I forget the actual.
So Kendrick is. So the rumor is that Kendrick is allegedly after the Super Bowl going to do a stadium tour.
Interesting.
So, where do y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with Cole, the Cole side, the Kendrick side, the Drake side? Where y'all want to start? I'll toss it to my panel. Where y'all want to start?
I don't care. The world is your oyster, buddy.
We started with the Kendrick side.
All right, stadium tour. Y'all think he can do it? One, do you think he can actually do it? And two, to me, the bigger discussion is who is he bringing with him? Because, like, to me, you have to bring... I don't think a rapper alone can do a stadium tour unless you're paired with another big name. And you can't, if you're Kendrick, following the beef, you can't go bring a pop star. Because that was one of Drake's angles. One of Drake's angles was, which was a fair angle, of like the Kendrick associating himself with pop stars at a certain time. The Taylor Swift, the Maroon 5, all those records. Mm-hmm. Like, so Kendrick can't lean on hip hop for the biggest battle and then go, yeah, I'm touring with Maroon 5.
Well,
like he can't lean on the hip hop culture
to put it in
then do that.
To put it in perspective, so the only real stadium tour I've been to was Red Hot Chili Peppers. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers are fucking an institution of a band, right?
Right.
Like, and they had opening for them The Strokes and Thundercat, who are both big artists. The Strokes is a band, Thundercat's an artist, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're both very big, but significant in comparison to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They don't even fucking hold a match, at the end of the day. So it's it doesn't. I don't think that he needs to attach the name to it necessarily. Now, maybe because of sales in general, I don't know. I think what it really depends on a lot is how the Super Bowl goes
And the album.
and the album.
Because if you're doing an arena tour, forget the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's a big part of this. But even like if you're doing an arena tour,
Stadium
you cannot sell stadium. You cannot do under 600,000 first week. You can't because I looked it up. I did the research. Like, who are the people that actually toured stadium? You have Taylor Swift. You have The Weeknd. You have like people like that, and even The Weeknd. Like outside the Weeknd,
Did Michael Jackson?
I'm sure.
Yeah, back in. I'm talking more recently because I want to keep it in like.
But
that
yeah, and that's
scope of,
what I mean. It's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like it's like you have to be a fucking institution
Yes.
of in an act.
And which we all love Kendrick, but
Does
like,
does he have that? Does he have the chops?
Does he have that?
Yeah.
And I think this album, again, I called it from the jump that this was going to be a commercial album, but this guarantees that it's going to be a commercial album. Because you can't tour off Mr. Morale. You can't do a stadium tour on Mr. Morale.
Uh-huh.
You can't do a tour off of To Pimp a Butterfly, my favorite album.
You can't be doing fucking Auntie Diaries and
You can't be doing you at a stadium.
At Comerica Park. Yeah,
you can't.
Exactly.
Like, this has to be in your face bangers, undeniable. And also, Kendrick doesn't have, if we're keeping it all the way real, Kendrick right now, in my opinion, doesn't have stadium catalog. He has a great catalog. I don't know if he has stadium catalog. Almost 2 hours of like everybody in the arena knows every word of every song. Now, Kendrick fans are different. They're diehard,
It
as
doesn't
we
need
saw.
it doesn't need to be 2 hours. It needs to be like an hour to an hour and a half. That's like that's pretty much your
More
average.
than an hour. Yeah, like hour and a half to under 2 hours.
Maybe I'd say between an hour and a half. Considering you'll have an opener or two,
Well,
he'll have people with him. There's no way he does it solo. That's not possible.
Yeah.
That's out of the question in my opinion.
Yeah, like what he did with Mr. Morale, where he just brought like PG Lang people, Tana and Baby Keem, not happening.
No, not happening.
No, it's gonna be like Baby Keem.
Maybe he brings
comes out.
Keem with him to do like Family Ties, but
Yeah.
I don't even think Keem has a spot on the
I agree.
on the actual set. Like
I agree. I think. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting because right now I don't feel like he has that catalog. Like, I'm already going through like the Super Bowl records, right? And it's like, how many Super Bowl records does Kendrick have in my mind? In my mind, I don't know how many he has.
One.
He has more than one. If you got a diamond song is in and of itself.
Humble.
That's Super Bowl.
no,
Is it Humble
he's
that's
got
a
he's
diamond
got not like us.
He's got technically by the end of this year he'll have 6 diamond songs.
He's got Humble. If you're saying stadium worthy songs.
Yeah, he's got.
I mean, you got Swimming Pools.
Not like us.
I don't think Swimming Pools
Humble,
is a stadium song.
DNA.
I think it is.
Well, what do you mean? What do you count as a stadium song?
Popular enough.
I was really thinking more so like
Goosebumps.
shit that get the stadium hype and shit. But like Swimming Pools, I'm not saying like a bad.
I mean,
song like
it's a banger in its own right. It's kind of a mellower banger, I guess.
Right.
But you know,
I guess it might fit in the stadium. I guess.
Love, I don't see fucking.
Love is gonna 100% be one of the halftime songs.
I highly doubt
That's
that.
his
but
third most
okay.
popular song.
Yeah, but there's no energy. There's
Yeah, but
zero energy in that song.
Again, it's the Super Bowl. It's white America.
Yeah,
They don't
but-
need energy.
Yes, they do. That's the whole point of the Super Bowl performance. Motherfuckers ain't doing deep cuts up there.
Yeah, it's because
that's
like, even
not
if
deep
it
cut.
is all
There's
white
a-
people,
I agree.
It takes the niggas to get the white people to turn up. So like if this is what the niggas singing, if they singing love, then I feel like they'll tap in right after or follow lead. But
Yeah,
if
I'm
there's
not saying
no
Love's
turn
a-
up for real, then
Love isn't a bad song by any means.
I will bet $50. Either of you can take it right now. Love is being performed at the Super Bowl. If either of you want to take it,
Shit, I'll take it too.
All right, bet.
All right,
I just
shit.
made $100.
I don't see it. Why would he do that mellow? It's not a. It's about keeping the fucking crowd entertained. If you watch every Super Bowl performance fucking ever, where would they have done a song that mellow?
What songs did he perform when he came with?
He did Mad City.
The pop out? You talking
No,
about?
when he did
he only had 2 minutes, so he only did the hook of Mad City and then All Right.
Okay, I just can't remember. I was wondering.
Which those are records that he'll probably do again, but like you also kind of like have to like you might even cut those because like you just did those 2 years ago. But those are 2 records that would be Super Bowl caliber records.
He's not doing Love. That's outrageous.
I don't see Love. I don't really see Love, but
I might be out 100. But I think.
Hey, we gonna hold that. We gonna hold that shit down pat.
No, it's tape. It's tape. It's signed, sealed, delivered. Chat. Let me know.
I ain't gonna forget.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I will forget, so I'm gonna set calendars, everything on my phone.
Bro, you know it's crazy, dog.
The way you sleep through alarms, bro, I ain't worried about it.
I'm setting it during the Super Bowl.
Something popped up in my calendar the other day, and it said this girl name owes me $100, and I do not even remember who this girl is or nothing. Like,
dog, I swear to God, I have a lot of I don't really set a lot of calendar notifications, but I have, as you know, I have a lot of alarms.
I do,
and I have one alarm that's titled, it said the girl owes you $100.
I respect that.
I'm looking. I'm like,
who?
Like, when did I even do this?
No, but I have one on my one alarm on my phone that's titled. Shout out J.O. It says J.O. owes me a cigarette, and it's set for like 9:36 p.m. I just never deleted it. I don't know what it's for. I don't remember when I said it. I don't know why it was, but it was that important, I guess. I don't see Love happening though, but
in general, stadium tour though.
You got Mad City. He has to do All Right. That's undeniable. He'll probably just flex it a little different.
I mean, he's gonna have people brought out. Every Super Bowl performer does.
Yeah.
So it's 20 minutes. So you really need probably as like the lead act, you probably need like 6 songs, or 6 parts of songs.
Mm-hmm. Like although like this is always a weird one because it's like a lot of people know this song and a lot of people get hyped for it, but also I feel like it's not gonna be like that Middle America song's Backseat Freestyle.
Yeah, or Money Trees.
Or Money Trees too, like the kind of in the same vein in a sense.
Which is so crazy that Money Trees is statistically the highest selling record off Good Kid, Mad City, and it was the only song that didn't chart.
Yeah, because really
it never charted yet. It is.
Because what are the songs that charted? Mad City, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, fucking Backseat Freestyle, Swimming Pools.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably it, right? Or is there more?
Poetic Justice.
Oh, Poetic Justice, yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's that. I don't know. I'm excited to see what Kendrick does with that. Cole, Drake, where we want to go there. Cole's got the record. Drake's got all the other shit going on.
I already answered one, so I was one of y'all too.
Wait, what's the
question? You got the next one.
What?
Where do you want to go, Drake or Drake? Drake's part of Drake's update of the beef, the Drake side update, or
let's go to Drake.
Okay, the Drake side update.
BBO Drizzy.
So again, Drake had a whole bunch of things happen. He was just unfollowing a bunch of people, namely LeBron, Joe Budden, Kendrick. He gave a speech at a recent show about there's no friends in the industry. You can't trust people. People don't have your back. He teased a new record with Party, saying it's a classic. He was on a Fish Fly magazine cover. Again, I don't know shit about that, but I just saw that. To me, the interesting one is the charting thing. Is the fact that he has no songs on the Billboard for the first or in over 2 years. He has no songs that are charting right now. Now, it's interesting. It's interesting that I'm gonna say this. It's very interesting the way it's reported, right? Because that's a true fact. He has no songs that are charting right now. But you know what else is a true fact that I haven't seen reported anywhere is that Drake has 7 albums on the Billboard 200 right now.
Yeah,
which
right.
is the most albums of any artist.
Right. But that's what people are going to take away the negative fact and then not acknowledge. But so I've never understood that. So the 200 is for albums, right?
200 is for albums, Hot 100 is singles.
Is actual singles. Yeah, exactly. Cuz Drake hasn't left the 200 since Nothing Was the Same, right?
I actually think it was even
or
before
even
that because
he's
of Take Care.
always been on
because him and Kendrick hasn't left since Good Kid, and then because that's the longest charting hip hop studio album, and then Take Care is like 11 weeks behind it or whatever it was, just because like they both were like if they were released at the same week they'd be tied, like they both haven't had their streak broken since those albums dropped.
It was weird how his album started charting after.
Actually, no. Take Care did drop before Good Kid. So
for sure.
Take Care dropped.
So
Take
actually,
Care
I'm
was
wrong
2011,
on that.
right?
Yeah, I'm wrong on that. So there was a breakup in Drake's streak.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't break the streak of him being there.
A lot of people was clowning Take Care when it first dropped,
yeah.
though.
No, but I think it was until Nothing Was the Same comes out, and then he's still on the 200 either way.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I think consistently Drake is an artist, but
you're saying about
I want to look into the Take Care. Yeah, when did it fall off and why? Interesting.
Let me do a little investigative journalism over here.
But yeah, and then you got So where you at with the singles thing? Like, does this actually mean something or does it not?
Well, I don't see why it would be, because obviously it's noted because after the beef, it seems some type of way, but it's literally 2 years ago, he already wasn't charting at a certain point in time. It's just bound to happen sometimes. And obviously it's going to happen right now after a beef, and, a lot of people got their
opinion.
Got their feelings towards however it went down or whatever, so...
Just opinions.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Take Care has consistently since it dropped been on the 200.
So then, how does Good Kid, Mad City have a longer charting history?
Then it doesn't.
It does.
Because, I just seen the stat a lot.
I know for a fact it does.
It says Take Care has 600 weeks right now. As of September 2024, Take Care has spent 600 weeks on the Billboard 200, making Drake the 15th musical act to ever achieve this feat. Let's see, Good Kid,
Mad City,
Billboard.
While he's doing that, so for me, it does mean something. It does. I want to be fair and report that, like, the demise of Drake, or however you want to put it, that is overblown. But the fact that no singles and Drake is the singles guy. It does speak to, again, that casual fan being like, it's not cool to like Drake right now. Like and it's a very sheep opinion, but there is that happening right now. There is that happening right now with Drake. It is affecting his charts, and that does mean something. Now, does it mean that Drake is toast? Does it mean that he's over? Did I seen people saying, "Oh, it's time to watch the party die"? Like, no, like, come on, bro. Like, it's he's got 7 albums on the Billboard.
And
he's
one thing we gotta realize is primarily Americans that feel like this. There's people all over the world who don't give a fuck about this beef like that. They might have enjoyed the music, but I don't think the Drake hate train really spewing outside of America as opposed to like
right. But let me ask you,
maybe like. You
brought up a good point. I love that because I didn't think of that angle. But let me ask this. I know hip-hop is a global genre, and I know that Drake in particular is a global artist. So I don't want to downplay it at the same time. And I don't want to be selfish. Maybe I'm selfish. Maybe I'm ignorant. Whatever you want to say. But honestly, respect to people that can transcend cultures across the world, like Drake can. I think that's one of the things that makes Drake great. But ultimately, I don't give a fuck about nothing if it ain't hip hop culture, which is American culture. Like they're following
But
us.
the thing is, you don't. It don't matter if you give.
Am I wrong for feeling that way?
No, you can feel like that, but what I'm saying is, regardless,
But
like,
you're right.
The people,
I agree with your
There's
facts.
people that don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about the beef.
Oh,
That's
I agree
all I'm
with your
saying.
facts.
Like, so
I agree
it's
with
still
that.
he's
That's a
still
fact.
gonna be that dude. Like, he's still gonna be the one that we looking for a good song at the end of the day. So that's why I just don't see much changing. Like, obviously, in the eyes of American culture, ex hip hop culture, that's what it look like. But if you really just think globally, like, it just will never happen.
Last question before we move on to Cole, which I'm glad we did Cole last. Do you think this changed drastically when he puts out an album, whether it be the Party M, whether it be his solo album, or whatever comes next from Drake? Do you think that opinion of Drake changes drastically when he gives new music, or do you think this is kind of what it's gonna be for a while and maybe permanently?
Well, he on vacation right now, so I don't know if he's still doing that Party Next Door shit. That's what they said.
He's been teasing that. Yeah, he's been.
They said it's supposed to drop
that.
in like the fall though, right?
Yeah, and he said
So-
it's a classic. For what that's worth, every artist thinks their album's a classic.
I honestly still see him doing the same. Well, it's a collab album, Party Next Door, but it's still Drake. I still
But
see
see,
him doing.
that's my issue. I wouldn't do a collab album right now. No, I'm doing a Drake solo album. I'm doing me, and I'm doing Nothing Was the Same. I had that take earlier. Remember pods ago where I said, bro, you gotta be on your Nothing Was the Same shit. Your back is against the wall. Clearly, public perception wise, your back is against the wall. You gotta fucking deliver. Fuck Party Next Door. Fuck everybody else. I need to make undeniable hit music because that is what is going to sway the public opinion.
Sorry, I just to fill you in on my research. So there was a time that Take Care
Fell
slipped
off. Yes.
and came back. So
Do you know the time?
it was the difference of 6 months. So as of April of this year, Kendrick was the first. Good Kid, Mad City was the first rap album to consistently stay on for 600 weeks. Where September 2024, Drake was the first, or Drake was the next one following that would Take Care to stay on for 600 consecutive weeks. So there was something there. It was between that time somewhere
Oh yeah.
that it fell off the chart and then recharted. So it hasn't been consistent since drop, but since it re-entered the sphere of, the chart, it has remained there ever since.
Huh. That's really interesting because I knew that was not to be arrogant, but like I knew that I didn't know the specific answer. I just knew that was the answer.
Well, I didn't know either, but because then I was like, well, is it because it's?
But why would it 6 months after? Like it would make sense.
And but I want to clarify and say not the first albums to ever do it, but the first rap albums.
Yeah.
So Good Kid, Mad City was technically the first rap album. So I guess it must have fallen off the chart at some point in 2012, and then regained shortly after. Because when did Good Kid, Mad City come out?
2012 October.
2012 October. So
And Take Care was November, right?
November
2011. Yeah.
November 2011. So it must have been
Like that summer.
it had to have been after, because I think Good Kid, Mad City has been consistent. So I think it just fell maybe just short of it and then jumped back up and then stayed there. Which actually, interesting fact, the number one act that has stayed on the Billboard charts is
Curtain Call.
No. Well, in hip hop maybe, but no. Good Kid, Mad City was the first to ever hit 600
studio
weeks.
album. Curtain Call doesn't count because it's a compilation, but Curtain Call is technically the album that's actually never left. It's like 100 weeks over Good Kid.
Well, but the number one album, which is just a crazy statistic, is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, which I already mentioned
Really?
earlier, over 1,000 weeks on the Billboard Hot 200 or the
Is
Billboard
it still
200.
going?
I don't know. Hold up. I want to look up. That's actually really crazy.
Because I know
That's a long fucking time.
Yeah. 1,000 weeks? I don't even know if I've been alive 1,000 weeks. I have, but still. Chris, I know you've been doing your research, but basically with Drake, where are you at with that part of it? Like, does him not charting mean anything to you? Or him losing the singles chart mean anything to you? Or are you just like, no, it's fine because he's got the other seven albums that are charting. Like, he's not going anywhere. Does it mean something or not to you?
Are you saying Drake not charting?
Yeah, Drake's singles not charting.
He's not going anywhere. He's not. I don't think this is like.
But does it mean that this is now a new version of Drake it's going to be diminished?
You know what is where I'll put it is like I think what the good that comes from it is because as much as I love Drake and I've loved Drake for a long time, I mean, look, we can all agree, even you, Birdie, that For All the Dogs was not absolutely like up there on in his discography compared to what he's done in the past. And I think he was getting too comfortable. So maybe this this could light a good fire for him to be like, all right, no, we're back. You know, I got to fucking.
Nothing was the same take.
EP was fire though.
Huh?
EP was fire.
EP is fire though.
EP he really gave like everything Joe Budden got on the podcast and complained about. That's literally what he gave in the EP.
I don't care what Joe
Which
Budden
EP?
thinks.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
Which one?
Scary Hours EP. That was a part of For All the Dogs.
Oh, well, it was the deluxe.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Okay,
It's deluxe rapping. Let's jump to
because that was, in my opinion,
that's what
the
everybody.
better part of the
that's
album.
that's what motherfuckers thought For All the Dogs was gonna be, like some shit like that. And
Which
then
very-
well,
ended up
because he
dropping
said that.
bullshit.
He said this
was
is rapping Drake.
And very,
And he
very,
didn't rap.
And Lil Yachty said some bullshit.
and very, yeah.
Oh yeah,
ve-
Lil
very
Yachty was
ra-
like, "This is the hardest Drake ever."
Very rarely does a deluxe like
Outperform.
But her loss was fire to a lot of people. So
Her Loss to me is one of his best albums.
yeah, and that was right
It's
before it.
fine. I just like, for one, I'm tired of everyone acting like 21 Savage is this fucking monumental rapper. Like he's just
not.
isn't.
He's just
he's
very
fucking,
good next to Drake.
Bro he's just with Drake. But that's just it. It makes it. That means that.
But that's what that album is.
That's
him and Drake.
that's the 40% of the album that's
Right.
makes me
And
not
that's why-
want to listen to it.
That's
that
why
much.
I think it was.
So you
perfect
don't like
is
21
because-
Savage?
I don't not like him, but I don't want to listen to him that much. I'm not listening to a whole 21 Savage album like that, or like on
I
repeat
agree,
type of shit.
But that's what makes it perfect is that Drake literally, like the statistics, like shout Hip Hop by the Numbers, one of my favorite pages. He literally broke down the statistics and it was like Drake is doing 67% of the vocals and 21 Savage is doing 33%. Makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
21 Savage, don't overstay your welcome. Just come in, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
He did it.
That's why I thought it was perfect. That's why I thought it was perfect.
That's
I
why
didn't think it was too
but-
much 21 on
but-
it.
My hot
yeah,
take
no,
was
no,
I liked
no,
it
he didn't, but-
way better than him and Future because Drake and Future are good, but like
No, well, What a Time to Be Alive smokes the fuck out that album
I
all day,
see. I
every day of the
disagree.
week for me.
They
But,
back to back.
Yeah.
in my opinion, every day of the week it fucking
Did you
smokes
have that
shit.
opinion too?
I said they back to back.
Yeah, see,
I think What a Time to Be Alive a little bit better though.
If only one had to exist, I'm taking What a Time to Be Alive all fucking
30,
day.
30 for 30, the best song out of both them albums.
Bro, I'm telling. We've already gone over how many monumental tracks that were out that
Yeah.
album, but I digress.
Which I disagreed. Yeah.
No, but well, it's undeniable, but that's okay. Yeah. So no,
Spicy.
but no, but
Spicy.
the thing is, when it comes to the collab albums, it really does depend on your taste for the other person too. Like you know
sure.
what I mean? Because then I stepped into it like psychologically, even down to like that. It's like I stepped into it as this isn't a Drake album, even if it's mostly Drake. This is Drake and 21 Savage album, so my receptors were a little more. The objectiveness wasn't there or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to it for sure. But like no, her loss, like I don't hate it by any means. I think it got a little overhyped for what it was, but
Now,
It was fire.
it was good. It was fine. I have no problems with it. There's songs I still like off of it. Let's Have Sex in the Bank. I like that one.
Let's get to the last part. The last part, which is the most important part, the most timely part. J. Cole's record, Port Antonio. He finally stepped out and addressed the battle. He had many lyrics. Basically, the way I'll break down the song is this. So the song starts with him talking about his upbringing, talking about his life, and then he kind of parallels that to the beef. He kind of just... It was for a lot of people, if you're digging into lyrics, like, it was something where it was like, okay, if you didn't know J. Cole, or if you just knew of J. Cole, it was very well done in the fact that he gave you, like, his background of his life, and then he tied it in to how he dealt with the battle of Drake and Kendrick. And that part, I think, was very well done. But I'll cede the floor to you guys before I really go off on my thoughts of the record. How did y'all feel about the Cole record? Obviously, let's get this out the way. We all agree, amazing rap performance. Like, he's just, every single time he raps like, goddamn, you're one of the best in the universe. But how do you feel about the record, given the context of it, given his justification of how he explained leaving the battle, of the timing of it, every facet of the context of the record?
I think it's really a case-to-case basis on how people take it, because he kind of explained it, but I've also seen a lot of people say that it doesn't matter if that was the reason you did it, you still did it. Like, it doesn't matter if it was because I'll lose a friend or whatever. It's like, some people are like, well, now you just bitch down tenfold on yourself or whatever type of shit. But then other people are like, oh no, now I get it or whatever. So
So where are you at
Live
with
your
it?
truth.
I
Personally, where are you at?
I don't really fucking care, honestly. I'm a Cole fan either way. Like, I still think he's one of the greatest rappers, and I mean, like, because there's truth to the fact that, like, in order to be a rapper, you have to be able to beef well, but, like, also that doesn't change the fact of the actual music that he makes is still good. Like, so to me, he's still a predominant act in my life.
But does particularly the bars about him saying, I wouldn't have lost a battle, I would have lost a foe. Like, and he says it like he's like I wouldn't have lost the battle, I chose friendship.
Well, no, okay.
Is what he's saying.
I'll say in this context, no.
Do you
Cole,
look at that?
I don't think Cole can beef as well as they did with each other.
Because
he's too fucking
why?
nice.
Yes, thank you. He don't got that dog in him. Like, so does, when Cole has these records, because all of these records, what we love about all of them is that J. Cole, like, was always looked at as a third, and then he does this feature run, and it's like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, and at first we're like, hey, we love you, Cole, we love you, and then it's like, oh my God, every single time he is popping out, and he is, like, spitting his ass off. This guy might actually be the best. Meanwhile, Kendrick is hidden in a lab, Drake is doing his Drake thing, like, Cole was, like, omnipresent every single record, reminding you that he is the best rapper. And then, like, at first we didn't believe it, but then as the feature run continued, we're like, this guy might actually be the fucking best rapper on the planet right now. So when I say that to say, when he says those bars about, I wouldn't have lost a battle, I would have lost a bro, how do you interpret those bars? Like, do you look at them like with the side eye? Do you like, or do you just like?
But you really think they're all fucking happy-go-lucky right now, anyway? Like, that's just it. It's like, so what's the difference? You know, like that.
What are you saying? No,
who's
all happy-go-lucky?
Like, I'm saying, like, okay, so like him and Drake were tight, and then all this shit happened. It's like the bridge got burned as it was. So he still lost the bro anyway. So, like...
He definitely lost the Drake friendship.
So then, like, what's the... where's really like the truth in that, or was he referring to Kendrick as a bro? I don't know.
I think he's referring to both. Like I think, and I saw academics try to break down which line was for which, but I think everything was general statement. Like it applies to the battle as a whole.
But the bridge is already burned, so what difference does it really make at this point?
And that's where my frustration is that I think he's trying to save a friendship that other people don't want to save.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think Kendrick and him have a real friendship, but I also think Kendrick is so selfish that he's willing to burn that bridge in order to be the best.
Cole's that middle guy who's like, guys, can't we all just get along?
Yes.
Type of thing. Yeah.
So back to my question: does his kind of tough bars of given that context, does it not make you look at it a little different when it's like, I'm the best rapper? Yeah, I bowed out of a battle. I've been saying for 5 years, I want smoke with any rapper, and then the two peers of mine want smoke, and I'm like, no thanks, I want to be friends. Does that do you look at that as a side eye, or do you still look at it the same?
I mean, look, although it comes with the territory, I think there's still valor in being a fantastic rapper, but not being the best beef. It's just when it comes to the specific discussion of the big three, that's where it becomes a kind of a conundrum, right? Like, I think that Cole, at the end of the day, is still an incredible rapper, but he wasn't able to hold his own when that happened, and he tucked his tail. And so, at the end of the I don't think I don't think this really helped him that much in the full scope of all of this, because I've seen equally as split responses on this song. Not anyone saying that's necessarily bad, but at least a message behind it. I've seen equally as split responses on this as I did for the last time that he said something, and then when he tucked his tail, it's all kind of I don't think this swayed anyone per se one way or the other, and they're like, oh, I never thought of it like that. No, that's not how it's working. Everyone, because that was everyone's first thought to begin with. Like we just said,
everybody assumed
Cole was too nice. Cole said, hey, can we all be friends? And they didn't want that, and so that's what it is. And so I don't think that this changes anything in the sense of now everyone's like, oh, okay, well now I see his point. No, that's not how it's the same. We're still at the same fucking spot we were at before the song came out, particularly.
That's a great point. Birdie, where you at? And then I'll go last.
I listened to the song, and, I heard him give his explanation, whatever, this, that, and the third. And it made me do some research real quick. So, we're going to date back to 2010, November. Drake and J. Cole collab for In the Morning. You bring them out that following December to perform it, boom. Now we in June 2013, one of the greatest collabs ever. Jodeci back. 2013, Drake buys all his EPs in the Stillborn Center drop. Yeah,
we got
whatever.
history here, baby.
Drake also gives him a classic song on that album, Mo Money, if you didn't know that. Yeah. October 2015, Drake brings out J. Cole to City Limits Festival. October is a very significant month for Drake, so that's why I had to highlight that.
I've heard.
August 2016, he brings him out for the Summer 16 tour. I'm going to cut it short. We can fast forward it. October 23, puts him on First Person Shooter. November 2023, puts him on Evil Ways. February 2024, it's All a Blur, Big as the What tour, which grossed $320 million. I wonder how much J. Cole got out of that. But we'll move on. Now, 2011, Kendrick Lamar speaks on a joint album with J. Cole and in the Vibes magazine. He also hinted to another joint project in the Revolt magazine. August 2011, Temptation drops. Classic song, by the way. Love that. That's Kendrick and J. Cole, by the way, if you haven't heard it. September 2012, TDE brings out J. Cole to the BET Music Matters Tour. Cool. June 2013, Forbidden Fruit drops. J. Cole puts Kendrick on the song on his album. August 2013, the infamous Control verse drops. And he names you by your motherfucking government name, Jermaine. He names you by your motherfucking government. Let's keep that highlighted right there. Boom.
Black
Now, same time, same year, motherfucking J. Cole puts on his knight in shining armor for Kendrick and gets bitch slapped by Puff Daddy himself. on top of the fact he gets his ass beat by his own label exec, CEO, I don't even know, whatever the fuck, while TDE is in the fucking corner, kiki, ha ha ha, and whatever. what the fuck ever.
He said kiki ha ha ha.
This is fucking ridiculous. You telling me out of all the shit Drake has done for you over your career, that you couldn't just take one nigga who he don't even see you as a fucking equal. Kendrick does not see J. Cole as an equal in this game. Let's be for real. He probably don't see anybody as equal. But as a friend, even though Chris Platte is the host, he might not see me as an equal in a sense, but we got a certain level of respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So,
Well, don't do that like that.
with that being said,
Don't use me as an example.
Well, no, hey, look. Never mind.
listen, we all know Platte think he high and mighty in here. Okay, it's cool. We know it. But listen,
Y'all are
this
right.
is disrespectful. Listen,
Hey, we both pay these motherfucking bills.
the moment
Right.
I would have heard
The Bills is
TDE,
50-50.
the moment I would have heard TDE was in the club when I got my ass beat. Listen, I would have called Dreamville and we would have been putting niggas to sleep. You hear me? We would have been putting niggas down. And this is.
You could also, I mean, but Dreamville, you don't got the manpower with Dreamville, though.
Bro,
This is.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, we putting TDE niggas to sleep. We putting Puffy to sleep. We putting everybody. They
would've
burning
found-
the whole club
They
down.
should have found that baby oil 10 years
burning the whole
ago.
club down. But listen, this might backtrack a little bit. But one thing that I did think about though, it is a big risk to beef with a big name LA rapper. And why do I say this? A lot of the industry moves through LA.
Yeah.
So the
And
moment
there's that camaraderie of LA in itself too.
Exactly.
Of like
And
they're the one spot. Like
they
Atlanta
unite.
motherfuckers don't really give a fuck about other Atlanta, but like LA people will ride
Exactly.
for
I would
LA
say
people.
Atlanta's very clicked
Listen.
up too.
LA
To
unite.
an
No, listen.
extent.
Atlanta, they'll show love on music and shit, but when it comes to uniting like
Yeah,
LA,
it's LA.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, that's
when
what
you-
that's what I
Nobody
mean.
nights like LA. Yeah. 100%.
listen, it would cost J. Cole. Listen, if J. Cole was to beef with Kendrick, I feel like it would cost him no less than $250,000 to move around LA. No less.
What for J. Cole too?
Yes. If he really actually beef with Kendrick, listen, you
To
know how
be
much
in LA or to move around LA?
to both, nigga, both. A
J.
and
Cole is
B.
still performing in LA. Drake is still performing.
He not
in
beefing
LA.
with Kendrick. He can perform in LA, yeah, that's cool. He
Dog.
ain't got no beef with nobody.
This is crazy.
You know how much it's probably gonna cost Drake, bro.
I should have totally seen this coming. You good?
Huh? Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
But
No,
my
no,
whole
I-
thing is,
Yeah, I'm good.
listen, Drake did so much for you, bro. You couldn't just take this look, bro. It's so easy for niggas to beef and make amends like a year later, bro. We done seen it hundreds of times, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't work like that in your own. You got to think about people that you've had beef with on a literal like humanistic level. Like in the moment, you're not thinking, "Oh, a year from now we'll be cool." Like it's
No,
not,
obviously,
fair.
yo, that's
it's
right.
not,
You're right.
It's not
You're
that
right.
That's a
easy
good
to
point.
just like be like, "Oh, for now,
You're right.
let's do this." But like you know,
But a
'cause
nigga,
you don't know how that
a
you
nigga
know.
as sorry as J. Cole, you gotta forgive him. You gotta forgive him. You gotta forgive this man after a minute. You can tell when a nigga don't mean it, because I
He
swear,
come through one of these please.
even if you kind of, even if he didn't like apologize about the 7-minute drill, you can kind of hear that he didn't really mean everything he said.
No,
you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no, it's
he
not-
didn't really mean everything. Listen,
I'm so-
That's why he said he was like no, because he could back it up. I'm just practicing if we beef,
Yeah,
because
looking
it's
at
a
it.
drill, right?
I'm so mad at myself for not seeing this coming. How did I not see the angle of Birdie being like Cole should be grateful for Drake and fuck Kendrick.
Oh,
How
God.
did I not see this? In a
How do you
like
not?
in a million years, I would have never like. That's on me. That's on me. Like I know this. This is my brother right here. How did I not know that he was gonna find a way to twist it to be like, look at all Drake did for you. Look at Kendrick being a hoe.
But
Listen,
But-
hey, listen.
no,
To be fair,
no,
to be
no,
fair,
no,
let me
no,
add
what
on.
I'll
I did
say,
have some more.
I
did have some more.
All right, finish.
That's why I said it.
J.
That's why I
Cole,
didn't
J.
wanna-
Cole did come out on Kendrick's damn tour.
I was there.
Following,
We were there.
The only show he
following
did
the,
was the
the,
one that
the
we
whole
were at.
Puff Daddy situation. So I will be fair and
Let me say
put
this.
that out there.
I don't know any of these men, so I can't speak for them. But from public perception, it
Yeah,
does
clearly,
seem
if you do know him, you can't read him that well either.
like, yeah, fair.
Right.
It does seem like Cole is way closer to Kendrick than he is to Drake.
I fucking disagree with that.
I disagree.
As a public perception, what gives you that?
Well, yeah, what makes you think? Well, I guess they was in the club
Yes.
at the same time he was getting his ass
way-
whooped, so maybe they was
The way-
partying
no,
together
again,
type shit.
it's the way that Cole. It's the way
That
Cole.
that was in 2017
Yeah.
though,
2013.
or 13. Yeah, that was fucking
The
over.
way-
That was
the-
12 years ago.
The way there's that, the way there's the whole history of they've always talked about the collab album, the way they did the Black Friday records, like Cole has consistently shown love
I was
to
trying
Drake.
to figure out what the fuck that shit was called. too.
Oh
I
yeah,
could
the
not
Black,
find
the
it.
Black
The
Friday
way-
records where they
Bro, I
went
was-
on each other's
Yeah,
knees.
I
the
could not
way-
find it.
But the way to which Cole was initially supposed to use as the rollout for his album, but the album got pushed back because he wasn't ready. So like, it's like very well tied in. Like, okay, like yeah, Kendrick, you're gonna help me roll out my album. Like, there's that, but there's like that space period between him and Drake. Like Cole, when I really started noticing like, oh, him and Drake are buddying, is right when Cole drops Middle Child. He's in the car with Drake. Drake gives him a Rolex. Like they're like, or a watch. I'm just saying a Rolex, but whatever. Give him a watch or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, and they're like clicking up their boys, whatever. So it's like that was like the start of them like really kind of like, I feel like there was that era, and J. Cole's even said this in interviews. There was that era where he was like, fuck y'all, I'm trying to be better than y'all, blah blah blah. But it always seemed like he leaned more Kendrick's side than Cole's side. Plus, there's also the fact that Cole wanted to sign Kendrick. Like, I think there is a more real relationship there. But again, that doesn't matter to me because, you know what? I don't know these people. I don't know how they feel about each other behind closed doors. To me, when I hear this record, you know the first thing I think of is I've defended Cole forever. I love J. Cole, one of my favorite artists. This is the first time I really saw the people that love J. Cole say, he talks tough, but he's not that. Like, this is the first time where, like, to me, Cole lyrics always, right or wrong, always hit deep with me. Always felt genuine, real, authentic. This was the first time where I felt like he was moving in a way that, like, I could see through the facade. Like, oh, you're saying you're the tough rapper, but yet you're avoiding the smoke. And again, my frustration is this. My frustration is selfish. Let me be clear. Because Cole's point about the media, like becoming bloodthirsty over this battle is fair. That's 100% real. But J. Cole has to know, because J. Cole is in touch with hip-hop culture, obviously very well. He has to know that I'm not the only person in this room or in hip-hop culture that just wanted Drake and Kendrick to rap. That's it. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted to prove who was better than who. Like, we didn't need it to get the ugly way that it got with Drake and Kendrick.
But also, it was kind of a given, though. I feel like that was it was expected.
It was expected that it was never gonna get.
But nobody like was asking for that side of it necessarily. But it was expected that it was gonna get nasty.
So you can't, if you're J. Cole, you can't say like, yes, there is the TMZs that's gonna like populate the. Let me cook. There's gonna be the TMZs that are gonna say that are going to, like, you know, hyperbolize a beef accentuate the parts that are the gossipy parts or whatever. There's gonna be that. But J. Cole is in tune with hip hop culture enough to know that a lot of hip hop culture just wanted to see you rap with Kendrick and Drake. That's it. That's all we wanted from you. We know you're a nice guy. That's it. So my thing is this: is he chose the friendship battle, right? And that was a good angle. I think that was the best angle he could have came with. But the issue is like, bro, like it's particularly the Drake thing. I get it. He said his piece with Kendrick on the festival, cool. But with the Drake part, fans aren't always a 100% accurate representation of the artist's viewpoint. Let's all be clear on that. We all understand that. But the way Drake fans look at J. Cole, like the way Academics TV tweets about J. Cole is like he's a peon. Like he's a peon. The only time they ever prop up J. Cole is when it's in comparison to Kendrick.
You gotta shit on a nigga like that, bro.
But
shit on a nigga like that, bro.
My point is this: is that I think that's how Drake views Cole. I think the way Drake's fan base views Cole as we want you to conveniently fight our dirty battles. That's it. We don't respect you. We don't look at you the same level.
Not even fighting dirty battles, but as far as looking at the same level of like when Drake brought him on tour, like I guarantee Drake saw that as doing J. Cole. He was doing J. Cole a favor.
He was doing J. Cole a favor.
Well,
he ain't even got to see it like that. That's what it was.
Right. And you know what? And that's why.
Not necessarily. J. Cole's selling out arenas as it is.
But that's what makes it frustrating about J. Cole is that he did do Drake, or Drake did do Cole a favor. That's the frustrating part. Is like Drake has been sneak dissing you. Drake has been sneak dissing you. Like he's like
sneak dissing.
Like he's been
paraphrase sneak dissing.
Like the Instagram stuff and all of that. And I'm not gonna read.
That's a meme. You's a bitch. Bro, that's just what it is.
Okay, but
sometimes you gotta call it. Like, I done brought you on tour, called you to go every fucking city we've been to. And you telling me you just can't have my back for 2 seconds against these 20 niggas, bro? That's crazy.
I'm not criticizing Drake.
We can't do the 20 people thing. That's Drake's own problem.
Okay, listen. This he don't even have to say anything about anybody else besides Kendrick. And it still would look like he had his back versus 20 people. He ain't even have to say nothing about anybody else.
I mean, I feel you, but I'm just saying that 20 people argument, that's bullshit because Drake burned his bridges along the way.
Drake needed help. He needed help.
Okay.
And Cole bent over and got fucked.
He said,
got fucked.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
See, I'm with you. That's my frustration. Is that it's not on Drake's part. I'm not shading Drake for any of this. I'm looking at Cole funny for how's the motherfucker that's calling you a bitch, that's looking at you a certain way. How are you cool with that? Like you can call me out if I'm on some bullshit, but you'll never be like you're a bitch, you're whatever, blah blah. Because if you were, we wouldn't be cool.
Right.
Just like if I did the same to you. If I was like yeah, like, you know, you a bitch, whatever, blah, blah. Like, I'm not expecting you to be cool with that. I'm not expecting you to be like, yeah, you know what? Like, hey, man, that's how you feel. I can dap you up.
I'm going to take it on the chin.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, that's my issue with this record is, bro, like, forget a middle child, bro. Drake's fans look at you as their child. Like, they don't look at you with any sort of respect. And I know that's a fandom, so let me allow the separation from fandom and artists, but also at the same time, I don't think that perception is that far off. I don't think the way Drake fans view Cole is that much different than the way Drake views Cole.
I think the real problem ends up boiling down to the fact that it really is just that Cole didn't want to be involved with any of it, and now he doesn't know how to fucking operate.
He didn't want to be involved with it. He dropped a.
I'm saying prior to it starting, prior to the fucking the boil over of the fucking water.
But don't get on records for 5 years talking about you're the best and anybody that wants smoke. And bro, like, look, like he has made claims that like
yeah, okay, I mean, Absol say that too.
If you're saying you're the
GOAT, there's one thing when you're somebody, and it's a difference when you're nobody.
Yes,
you feel me? You can say anything when you're nobody, but then when you actually got a voice and it actually matters, then.
And when Kendrick, Drake, or Cole, any one of them say they're the GOAT, automatically, it opens a door, right or wrong, for the other two to feel away.
Yeah, I guess
because they're the ones that are compared to each other.
Because of where they are, yeah.
They're the ones that are compared to each other. So like that's what irks me is like we've seen Cole go at rappers like Uzi, Lil Pump, Kanye, like right before an album's dropping.
And those are easy targets for a rapper like Cole, who's an elite lyricist, which we can all agree with. But that's like you being an NBA player and playing a fucking high school kid in a pickup game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like it's fucking it's chess to checkers at that point. But like, so I get where you're coming from, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I just know Cole didn't. At the end, I think that he didn't want this to boil to the point that it was. And then when it came time to strap his nuts on, he didn't know what to fucking do, and then he ran away.
Yeah. And look,
it doesn't change the fact to me that Cole's still a great rapper.
Thank you. I agree with that.
Yeah, there's no problem. Yeah, that ain't the problem. I don't think nobody deny his greatness as a rapper. It's just one thing as a rapper, and being one of the greatest in your lane.
Not even just considered one of the greatest in your lane, but actually one of the greatest in your lane.
Bro, the respect gotta be there, bro. If the respect ain't there, bro, it's like your words don't hold as much weight as they could have. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
I wish it was, you know.
If he want to have these interpersonal raps where he's just talking about his life and the shit he went through, cool. But this, that, and the third.
You know, I mean, look,
you can't boast as a GOAT no more, and stop bringing up this fucking situation, bro. We don't want to hear that shit no more.
If you really look at it, it's like it kind of. I mean, although we've already said
done this 6 months ago.
We've already said that this was. We've said it multiple times on this podcast that this is literally American politics. Is what we're dealing with right here.
Yeah,
but. That's the thing is like in a perfect world there'd be three
Green Party.
In a perfect world there'd be three
Ralph
people.
Nader head ass.
In a perfect world there'd be three sides to take that could be all equal at the end of the day. But the world does not work like that. It's one or the other. It's black and white. The world is black and white. Unfortunately, that's how it works all the time.
Not the world, but our world.
No, well, this world, American politics. I'm saying in general, the world. If you look at, I mean, politics in general, it's black and white. Not the situations themselves are black and white, but as far as candidacy and all this shit, there's always a choice or another choice, and that's the thing. It's like in a perfect world, we'd be able to look at this with all three of them being on an equal plane, but unfortunately, J. Cole being the back burner of the other two, he either had to pick a side or had to secede and say, I'm not picking a side, and that's the choice that he made. And so unfortunately forever, as I've said, like I said, in high school you have I've said this with the internet and with rap music in general. In high school you had a permanent record. Or in school, from the moment you started kindergarten to the moment you graduated senior year, you had a permanent record that followed you all the way through school. In the internet, you have a permanent record. You could post something back in 2015, motherfuckers still gonna find that shit. It's still attached to you, and it's still the same thing when it comes to this conversation. Is that no matter what, J. Cole could continue to have a fantastic career, but he's never gonna lose the fact that he bitched. Yeah, like that's what it's gonna boil down to at the end of the day, and that's why look as fun as this has been, and the conversations of it, in a lot of ways, I wish it didn't ever fucking happen, honestly. This whole beef shit, because
I'll never regret it. But
it's pushed so many fucking people at each other. Like, look, we have enough divide in this world. Why do we have to divide on shit that we actually enjoy?
Because that's what
it's human nature.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's because it needs to be one or the other. It's black and white. There's no middle ground. There's no oh, well, maybe, oh, I understand. It's this or that, and that's
You
it.
hear that, J. Cole? Get your tea party ass about this conversation.
Join a team, dog.
I'm fucking with you, J. Cole. I'm fucking with you.
Wear
J.
a
Cole.
jersey.
I'm dead ass serious,
I
J.
love
Cole. I want you to know I'm dead ass serious.
That's Birdie. That's Birdie's thoughts. New music. New music.
Shit, we deep in now. We might need to brush over this quick, but
Yeah. We good?
yeah,
We got new music. Yay. Yay moving to Tokyo and ASAP Rocky.
New music, Glorilla, whatever.
Fire.
Honestly, it was fine.
Fire. Listen, I want to know what her ceiling is because she's very dope at what she does. She has hits, but like obviously it's very like it's one dimensional. Like every Glorilla song is gonna sound the same.
Yeah, she's here to turn the hoes up.
There was a couple of songs on there
And the
that
hoes love her.
there was a couple of songs I liked,
So I've been
but
told.
overall, it's just like I don't get it. I'm not there with her. I don't really understand why she's at the point that she's at necessarily, but all respect to her, absolutely, but
That's
not
'cause you
not
know-
my thing.
I think she's very charismatic and and maybe it helps. I've seen a couple interviews.
I've seen the interviews. She's fun in interviews and stuff, and that kind of adds to it too.
Yeah.
But also, it's like there's nothing I've grabbed out of her that I haven't seen, that I haven't been more satisfied with out of other women rappers.
We're also as three men. We're not like the podcast to talk about.
We ain't three
Glorilla.
bad bitches.
Yeah, no, the bad.
I mean,
bitches-
if you say so, but
listen, I've heard. I've heard.
I think I'm all right.
The bad
That's why I'm
bitches.
off camera.
I've heard some.
I'm off camera because I don't want everyone clipping me all day. Right?
Ears to the streets. I think this Glorilla album has been received very well.
It has been, yeah.
So that's what I'll say. The other album that I want to shout out, Big X the Plug. Listen, man, talk about charisma. Honestly,
He's fun.
Y'all gonna hate this take. He is the most charismatic artist since Cardi B.
He's like
He is so fucking like. Bro,
he
he's so
he
infectious.
reminds me of correct me if I'm wrong. Like I don't know, maybe I'm fucking crazy, but he reminds me of like what BFB to Pac-Man was like trying to be out of Flint, and
Right.
even though he still has a sense of relevancy,
He still is, but yeah.
he's fun. He's got charisma. There's no like bullshit behind. Like he's having a good fucking time, and that's what that's what I'll grab out of Big X the Plug at the end of the day. Like it's not like it's not my go-to shit, but I enjoy what he does at the end of the day.
Did you spin the Big X the Plug?
I spent some of that Glorilla, not Big X Plug. I'm not really a big fan of Big X Plug.
I love his charisma. I thought I learned more about him. He touched on his upbringing. He touched about his daughter. I didn't know he even had a daughter. So that was
Yeah, I'll also say I didn't listen to the whole album. I spun most of it, but not the entire thing.
no, it was dope.
What I did front to back was Dom Kennedy today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I actually didn't get to that one yet. And you know me missing LA.
Which, maybe it's like this old, because to me, all right, like this is, I want to talk about this too, is like, the way my brain works is like, Dom Kennedy fits in this realm of Wiz Khalifa, Currency,
Yes.
that whole thing. And like this, although like, look, Dom Kennedy, first of all, I think he's from the Bay Area. I don't know if he is from LA or he's from the Bay Area. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong.
I just know he's
Don't
West
hate me
Coast.
for it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But listening to this project through, I'm like, oh no, like there was a couple of songs on there that were like really fucking hard. There was a couple that were like, I don't know what we're doing, but like there's this one dude. He had this one on there that was like, the hook was like him just like talking, and I heard it like the second time and I'm like, oh, this is the hook.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was like, I hope you're doing well. I hope your kid's good. Da da da. Like and whatever. And I'm like, all right, bro. Like it ain't that. But no, I really liked it. The production was super fucking hard. Whatever. That's what I'll say about the Glorilla album too. Is that the production on the Glorilla album was tough.
was tough. Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Dom Kennedy one, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a spin later this weekend. Then there was singles. So there was a JID freestyle, which if I'm doing I went back and I did my math. He dropped the freestyle, which was 29. This was 31. He dropped the 29 one in June 2022, and then dropped the album in August, 2 months later. So maybe this means like album in the next month or so. Sounds like he's gearing up.
No, I think that's general consensus is that he's in album mode.
So my question,
I think that's already been like kind of rumored by people close to him or whatever.
My question with JID is that what's a realistic expectation for JID? Are we expecting the superstar jump, and is this his final shot at jumping for like the superstar reach?
Well, I think that this is about where it comes to, all right, are you strapping your nuts on or not? Like, because
so do you think
he's already built?
He's the do or die for him?
Actually, and this is one thing, Birdie, I've never really asked you is where do you stand on JID?
I think JID. I think he got a lot of talent. I never like sat down and heard none of his albums or nothing, but I heard like singles, but they was pretty smooth. I ain't got nothing wrong. I just don't look for him.
Yeah, right. I just didn't know if you had like a specific opinion on him or whatever.
Nah, he got potential to be better than J. Cole at this point.
I think that he's
drive by.
he is at the point he's built enough.
Empty that clip.
He's built enough momentum. He's been doing it for years. I mean, shit. I think actually, even in Platte Mighty Your Friend, I think I found JID first with the Never story.
I did too, but I don't know who found who like first.
Because I remember the
one song that the year it came out.
Because the one song that stuck with me was Hereditary,
yes,
and Ed, Ed and Eddie were the ones that stuck with me. I am almost positive because that was the same year as the Suns tirade, I think, or around that time. I remember I was at Wayne State, so I think I genuinely think that that's one of the very few artists that I actually put you onto, even if we don't remember correctly or whatever. But I haven't followed him for a long time is the point. And, like, he's now at this point, he's gained a cult following. He's not doing the numbers necessarily, but his fans are his fucking fans. But he's at this point where it's make the jump or don't. It's if this is not going to be the album that makes you a fucking superstar, then I don't think it's going to happen.
He's just going to be in his tier. He's just going to be
which is fine. Which is fine.
Very good tier.
But I don't think I think that this is the moment of shit or get off the pot, and that's really where it stands with him. Because I love him. I think JID is a fantastic rapper and a fantastic lyricist, and even someone like he somehow is like kind of reinvented the lyrical miracle spiritual thing in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, which I give him a lot of credit for because not many people could kind of reinvent it or make it actually sound like good or like listenable, in that sense. But it seems like he's at the point now where he's had a good following. He's performing solid shows. He has a solid fan base. He has to decide.
He has the tools. It's time.
The tools are there. Is it not?
Song that blew up. He had the TikTok song in surround sound. It's time.
Surround sound. I forgot about that. The whole TikTok thing was surround sound. Yeah. Surround sound went crazy on TikTok.
The other singles we'll get through. I don't think we gotta go too deep on these. Absol dropped a single. Again, he shot out Mick Jenkins. We were trying to decipher that.
I didn't know they had beef, really. I didn't know that before.
Oh, they both name dropped each other like in songs, like.
But I could see why because they're kind of the same artist in a sense.
So I don't. But then like the whole song is Absol, like talking his shit. So I'm like, damn, is he dissing Mick Jenkins or not? So I got
I'll also put it on wax. I actually think if we pin, although I love Absol and you want to pin them next to each other, I'll kind of take Mick Jenkins over Absol.
Really?
Honestly. As an artist overall, yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll agree with that. I think Mick Jenkins has a better catalog, but I think if they're going battle,
If we're talking rapper, I don't think this isn't going to be a rap battle beef thing. I don't see
mean,
that happening.
it can. It just obviously won't be the level.
I think that it's two people who are compared on similar levels, not necessarily by their own doing, and so that I don't know. I didn't even know they had anything. I never knew they interacted with each other before you had said something to me about it.
I need to see Absol and Nick Jenkins,
But
or Nick Grant go bar for bar.
But you know me, I'm a diehard Mick Jenkins fan. I always have been.
Me too. I think you're right. I think I like Mick Jenkins' discography better than Absol. I don't know. Maybe I don't. It's up there. It's a toss up. But like I think in a battle, Absol would be suited better than Mick Jenkins.
I think Absol takes more risks, but also that's could be to his
Pro
detriment.
and con, yeah.
You know, like I think Absol is a great artist too, but at the same time, it's like if you want to put a Mick Jenkins album next to an Absol album and say what is better music front to back, probably a Mick Jenkins album.
Yeah.
Overall music, not just rapping ability, because I'd say like rapping ability, they're very. I put them very similar plane.
I agree. Corday. Did anybody hear the Corday single?
That one I missed today.
Mm-mm. You put it in a group chat?
Yeah. Did you hear it?
No,
I missed the Corday single.
So here's the thing. Corday's got an album coming November 15th, The Crossroads.
Oh,
He's
right
dropped-
next to Glorilla.
He's dropped 4 singles, and he's dropping an album in a month. Featuring a record that's 2 years old. This looks like
what song?
Two Tens with Anderon Paak. It's the outro to the album.
That's 2 years old already.
Yeah, it came out in 2022.
Damn, because that was after R&B.
Yeah.
Wow.
This looks like when you've dropped 4 singles already and you got an album coming next month, which means you're going to add another 1 to 2 singles. 17-track album. You're featuring a record that's 2 years old with a big name. This looks like a guy who is a casualty of the rap label layoffs. I think Corday is an interesting case study right now. Like, I think the middle class of rap is what's going to get squeezed the most. The Drakes, the Drakes, the Coles, the Kendricks, they're going to be fine because anybody that inherits,
which is funny because that's just how American politics works as well. Is that the middle class gets squeezed, but that's what, and again, I think Corday is a great. I think he's a very, very good rapper. I think he holds his own very well, but it's the speech impediment that holds him back.
Well, hold on. Forget your gripes with Corday for a second. Just look at it from a pure objective standpoint. It could be any rapper, not named Corday. You are dropping a 17-track album. You have dropped 4 singles already, one of which is the outro to the album, and it features a bigger name artist, and it came out over 2 years ago. And if you listen to that record, that does not sound like an outro.
And it's also not nearly as it doesn't hold nearly as much weight as the first track that they did together.
Right. So what that screams to me is that you have new people to answer to, and you're scrambling because what's the metric that rap labels, or just actually, sorry, not rap labels, music labels in general care about? What do you think is, of all the metrics, what do you think is their most important metric?
Money.
Streams.
First week sales.
Well, yeah. Which is
it's
kind of a combination of both of those things, but yeah.
But specifying it. All they care about is first week streams. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna tack on your 2-year-old album or 2-year-old single that had all these streams that features a big name artist in Anderon Paak, because that's gonna add to your first week sales.
And look,
This
Corday was not supposed to be, even though like he's obviously I'd say he's B to C list as far as rappers, however you want to put it or whatever. But like, bro, do you remember in 2016 like when YB and like Namir was coming up
that
and
whole thing
Corday
happened,
and whatever? But look what happened to Namir. He got kicked off the ship. Like
booted to Google.
He had to walk the plank, bro. Like he did, and it did not end well for him. And then he kept trying to revive it, and it just wasn't going well, and whatever. And so it's like the thing that I feel like, which probably really fucking sucks in Corday's perspective, is that like, although Corday is a good rapper, I feel like a lot of where he's at did have to do with some favors. And I think that, because I think he's a great rapper, but do you really think on his own, compared to every fucking SoundCloud, whatever rap, yeah, I probably sound like an old head now saying SoundCloud rapper. But do you really think that he had the actual mainstream reach, or even semi-mainstream reach that he's achieved today beforehand?
I agree. Listen, I'm fair. I'm agreeing with your Corday take. I'm just looking at it from a different glass. Everything you said is true, but I'm looking at it from a glass of like, does that not scream like, oh, you're just trying to please the label by throwing on an old song, by dropping all these singles?
Well, yeah, it all boils down to the same thing: is that he's being done a favor, so therefore he needs to operate in a certain mode.
I'm just saying, watch Corday and a lot of these people. These are the people you're going to get seen squeeze in the next couple of years. These are the people that you're going to see.
That's why they're going to get ringed out. They're going to get ringed out like a towel.
Yeah.
And that's why I need JID to beat that.
Exactly.
Because, and I don't think that he's going to be at the point of being ringed out, because he's also under Cole. So, and he's also Cole's biggest artist. So
he's the only one that has the potential to pass Cole.
It ain't Loot. Loot's fire, but it ain't Loot. It ain't Cause.
Yeah.
It's fucking JID.
Which, to bounce off this Corday, Reason dropped 2 fire singles too, and I'm not gonna explain nothing.
Yeah, I heard one. It was a feature with somebody, right?
Yeah, with Cause and
because I heard the names come up. But you know what? It really felt Revenge of the Dreamers.
Yeah.
Esque.
And you know what? You know what my takeaway was? Is, buddy, you picked a bad time to be a free agent. As soon as you left TD, all of these fucking casualties started happening in the music industry. And TD is the one label that you know is going to always operate on their own time.
But Buddy is... are you
Reason.
saying... Oh, Reason. Yeah,
Reason got fired.
Okay. Oh, he got fired from TD?
Well...
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. He left TDE earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
terrible
it was like
time.
in the
last
year?
Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And terrible time to be a free agent.
And historically, TDE has never really like let anyone go like that. Even though there's some misses there, but they're gonna be shelling them out.
There was times that Isaiah Rashad was privately dropped, but not publicly. But that's a whole nother podcast.
But he saved it.
Yeah.
He saved himself. Oh, he's got an album coming too.
Yeah, he does.
I'm excited for that.
That's what I want to get to. Listen, we'll save the other one for Potty because I actually really want his. I really want his take on this.
Yeah, let's close this out.
Yeah, next topic. No, I want to.
No, I'm saying for the sake of time and battery.
Yeah, R.I.P. Money Mer. My outro, real quick. IDK has an album coming. Ian has an album next week. You know, Potty's gonna be geeked for that. There's an alternate world where Potty is Ian. I just really believe that.
He kind of seems like the same person.
I really believe that. MF Doom is doing a 20-year anniversary for the album.
Well, MF Doom isn't doing it, but
Food. Yeah, his
which is
November
a fantastic
15th.
album.
His soul is hosting celebration.
Isaiah Rashad.
His mom making money off it.
Like you said, album coming. I'm glad you brought that up. Artists.
I actually didn't know. Hold up. I'm sorry. I just wanted to backtrack. I didn't know about the 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, they're doing it for food.
Yeah, because it was 2004.
Yeah.
So they're doing it. What are they doing for?
November 15th.
Are they just like redropping it and maybe
I don't know
with,
the
like another
specifics,
song
honestly.
or two? Probably.
I don't think they introduced any specifics with it.
No,
like,
that's. Hey, look, I'm always
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be a remaster of some sort, but fantastic album.
Yeah, exactly. Artists Offset, Doechii, Don Toliver, Kendrick, and more made their submissions for the Grammys, so stay tuned for that. Eminem's daughter is married, expecting a child. Congrats to Eminem and the family. Pharrell Lego movie drop. I'm going with my girl. Y'all want to make it a group outing? Yeah. We already did the Anderon Paak. We doing the Lego Pharrell group outing or no? No.
No, I'm okay. Me and Rob will go see, or me and Birdie. Sorry, me and Birdie will go see it.
Oh, and then the last thing I wanted to shout out Justin Hunt. He did he gathered a bunch of the culture's best voices to do a crossover collab. That shit was really dope. So check that out on his channel. Cashing your chips in the right way. So shout out to Justin Hunt for that. But that will do it for today's episode. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Chris Platte, episode 36 of the Rap Cave podcast. Please comment, share, subscribe, help this channel grow. I'm with my dogs, Birdie, Crisp Apples. Shout out to all of y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.